weekly download. Where Belize is hot, the Crocs are catching strays, conservation, and bling. And apparently, we can now drive through Belize from our browser. We've got plenty to talk about, so let the download commence. Besties, is it just me or is the heat overly going lately? Apparently, it's packing a punch and it's saying ladies can catch these hands first. There was a 2025 study which showed how extreme heat can hit women harder, especially during pregnancy, menstruation, and menopause. So while a man might be outside saying, "This heat ain't so bad," your auntie is somewhere fighting for her life with a fan on speed 3. And pregnancy, your body is already running a whole side quest, producing extra heat and needing more fluids. So when Belize starts feeling like God turned on the broiler, drink some water, find some shade, and check on your pregnant friends, older relatives, and the aunties sweating through their clothes. Because climate change isn't just affecting the environment, it's affecting our most vulnerable populations. Besties, what are we doing? Because apparently the crocodiles are catching strays and catching people. In Kikaker, people were filmed hitting, throwing things at, and straight up harassing a crocodile less than 24 hours after authorities warned us to stop treating crocs like they're part of the attraction package. And then in Guinea Grass, a 29-year-old man got his head caught in a crocodile's mouth while swimming. 6 seconds. 6 whole seconds, my brother in Christ. That is not a swimming lesson. That is a near death experience. And somehow people are still out here like, "Hey, crocky, crocky." Listen, a crocodile is not your brethren. Don't feed it, don't touch it, don't provoke it. And definitely don't start making TikToks with it. We have with us today Vashti Thompson, a conservation enthusiast, and our newly crowned Miss Earth Belize, here to talk to us a bit. You may recognize her from one of her many feats, but we'd like to take a moment to truly get to know the girl beneath the crown. And the best way to get to know someone well is to look through their purse. Okay, so here she is, the one and the only Vashti Thompson.
Hi guys.
And now Vashti is here to do a fun little thing with us where we're going to get to know Vashti by going through her purse. So Vashti, show us your purse, girl.
Okay, so it's pretty big.
Okay. She said she got big dollars. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Vashti's gonna go pick out items out of her purse, and then we will get a little insight into her personality and also ask her some questions about what's inside. I will be judging her harshly.
Oh, please don't. Okay, first item.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So you just walk around with bling like that?
I don't.
So those of you, please show the bling. Show the bling. I think you should put it on your head. So Vashti, why do you have a crown in your purse?
Well, I recently won the Miss Earth Belize pageant, so I will be representing Belize in the Philippines later this year.
Okay, and how do you feel about that?
I'm really excited. I think that it's a huge responsibility, but at the same time, I'm filled with pride to be able to represent my country on this international stage.
Why did you choose not just pageantry, but why you choose Miss Earth specifically?
So, Miss Earth is different than the other pageants where it is environmentally focused. And I am an environmentalist. I work at the National Biodiversity Office as their community officer. And I have been working volunteering with NGOs and conservationists for over 5 years now. So that's really where my heart and passion lies. And I feel that this pageant was the most aligned with what I already do.
Okay, and so for those people who think pageantry is just vain and it's not really about brains and you're not setting a good example for young ladies, what do you have to say about that?
I honestly feel that pageantry gets a bad rep because it really does teach you resilience. It puts you in spaces where your voice matters, where you are put with a mic in your mouth, and you have to say what's in your head and in your heart, and it gives young women a platform to speak about what they're passionate about, issues in their communities, and really bring light to what they care about. So I don't think it's vain. There is a part of it, it's a beauty pageant, but there is so much more to it than just that.
I think that's a really good answer. Maybe I should join the pageant, guys. No, but honestly, I think you did really well, and I would love to see more than just your crown. What's beneath the crown? So let's keep digging. Let's
Okay.
keep digging.
Should I take this off?
I mean, I think it kind of suits you well.
Okay. 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 Next, we have my phone. Who doesn't
Uh-huh.
have their phone?
I really will have my phone.
You don't have your phone.
I don't know about my phone half the time. Okay, you feel like you could survive a day of your phone?
To be honest, no.
Why?
Because I have so much things that I need to do. Like in my work, I have to collaborate with a lot of different people. So I'm constantly messaging to try to get things done. So I need my phone for work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like I check her screen time log.
Okay.
Okay, what else do you got in there?
I have a little beauty bag. It has a little V on it. And this is just like my powder bag. It has blush, you know, my little baby Vaseline, for your dry lips.
Even beauty queens have dry lips,
Yes,
guys.
guys.
What else do you got in there? Do you think that you take a lot of time to like do your makeup and always do you feel like you're always doing your makeup and stuff like that?
To be honest, no, day to day, not really. But since I am a bit of a girly girl, I have been doing my makeup since I was in high school. So I think now I've gotten really good at doing it in maybe just 15 minutes or half hour, just because it takes practice and I'm used to it. But pageantry makeup is a whole different ball game where that takes quite a bit of time. But day to day, no, I don't usually wear makeup.
Okay. And when you're in the field, your face, I could imagine.
Definitely, definitely. So if you are in the mangroves or you're hiking in Coxcomb, you definitely don't want to be worrying about your mascara running. So always bare face when I'm in the field.
Okay. So what else you got in there?
My frog purse.
Oh, it's so cute. So what goes in the frog purse?
Coins.
Oh, I thought it was like bugs.
No, girl, coins.
Okay, so why a frog?
So I really love animals. I work at the biodiversity office. For me, it's more than just a job. It really reflects what I love and what I'm passionate about. I wanted to work in wildlife conservation for a very long time. When I was younger, I wanted to be a vet because I really love animals, but I volunteered with the Belize Wildlife and Referral Clinic for some time, and I realized that in wildlife conservation, it more often than not, you lose patients, and it's a very hard job. And so I think now my job is more about education and outreach, and I feel like I'm still doing my part when it comes to wildlife conservation while not having to deal with the heartbreak of actually losing wildlife patients.
And do you feel like you make an impact when you do these like education campaigns?
Yes, I do feel that speaking, especially to children, it gives a new hope to the generation that's coming up, because you see kids that don't really care about the environment, and you see when it starts clicking in their minds what's important, why it's important, how they benefit from it. And when they start to go out and actually see butterflies close up and they see the beauty of what's around us, you can literally see their minds start to change. Like I did outreach with Monkey Bay not too long ago, and there was this little boy that had a butterfly land on his finger, and he was like, "Oh my gosh!" And he's like taking pictures of it, and I know that that moment will impact him for the rest of his life, and that's what I want, is to teach another generation the beauty of what we have around us, so we don't have to justify to them why should we protect what's around us, because they already know.
Do you feel like you had one of those butterfly moments that got you so invested?
I think from very young, I always loved animals. Like I always knew fun facts about all the animals. I would look encyclopedia and see like the pictures of the animals. Like I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to animals in particular. But when I decided that I want to work in conservation for sure was summer I spent volunteering with ERI to do mangrove restoration survey, and just being out in the field, that's what really makes you think this is worth saving. And I think that we need to have more spaces where Belizeans go out and connect with nature, because I want everyone to have that moment for them.
So beautifully said. Okay, so let's see if there's one last thing in your bag that you want to share with us.
Okay, this is my little notebook. It was given to me by the Nature Conservancy, and it's really cute. It has like its own pen, has its own pen inside, has a little space. And it really just helps me stay organized because I have so many things. I have my pageant stuff, my volunteer work, my work stuff. So it's really important for me to write everything down so that I stay organized.
Okay, thank you. So we have an organized queen, literally queen. And thank you so much, Vashti. Is there anything you'd like to leave the audience with before you leave our set?
I would like everyone to make an effort to go outside, connect with nature. That is truly the best thing that you could do if you want to be a steward for the environment, is build our connection with what's around us.
Okay. Thank you so much, Vash, for joining us. And hopefully, this isn't our last time. Let us know in the comments below if you'd like Vashti to be on here more so you can learn more about the environment and what she does. September in Belize is a whole vibe. The music, the culture, the energy that brings us together. Today, we're catching up with a man with many titles, but today he's in his capacity as director and patriot, Carlo Habet, to talk about the vision behind the new September anthems, the story behind the visuals, and how he brought Belizean pride to life on screen.
From 2026, going back to over a decade, the title, directed by Carlo Habet, was a credit you've probably seen connected to some of Belize's most memorable music videos. This September, Carla returns with 4 new releases that's going to set the tone for 2026 September celebrations. Those are, and by the way, he's director and producer through his company Ignite Limited. So the songs are, if you haven't heard of it, it's We Live as One, Revolution, Vamos a Celebrar, and Greatness. 4 songs, 4 songs, 4 different worlds, but one celebration of Belize. Carla, thanks for joining us and congrats on those videos.
Thank you very much. And well, I have to congratulate our team, first of all. I know sometimes you put directed by on something and one person tends to get all the credit, but I really have the best team here at Ignite Limited. Was blessed to work with, the best talent that Belize has to offer and all those different artists, 7 different artists, top of their game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm truly blessed, but thank you for having me.
In a nutshell, what did it really take to bring this into fruition?
It takes sort of like a singular sort of focus. I think the production of the music itself took really longer than the videos. And I think as the songs were being produced, we're kind of trying to visualize what the videos would look like as well. I'm working with essentially 4 different like groups in a sense, because I mean, every artist, as you notice, like all the songs have their own sound, and you said that, and this is true. We're really, there are like 4 different studios, 4 different beat makers, engineers. Then, every song has like 2 artists except for Super G, who is apparently the man, so he can carry a song on his own. But no, I mean, I think too, the scale of every one of the songs was there. I think everyone got the assignment. There's a directing aspect of it too, on my behalf, but at the same time, I think there's a healthy amount of trust between myself and the artist, because we've worked together for so long that they understand what I want, I understand what they can bring to the table, and I think we work so well that we just know how to get the best out of each other.
Yes, there is a balance between, as a director, there's a balance between how far you want your vision to stay true, and then there's a time when you kind of have to let go to the creatives. I remember one example when on that Super G shoot, the dancers came to you with a skit they prepared.
Yeah.
So what's the balance? what's your criteria to hand off and let go and allow, when you're directing a project like this?
That's a good question. I think we were doing the one with Kylon and Yaz, and I think it's first time we worked with Kylon, and I've worked with Super G before, a while back actually, which was went very well too. He's a real pro, but I think at some point you could see that with Kylon that he was a bit confused, like he wasn't really sure what was happening, and so I had to sort of like explain to him. I said, "Listen,
Yeah.
this is all controlled chaos. This is how I work. That's okay." I was like, "You don't worry. You just do what we're saying. We'll just go with it. When it's over, we're gonna take care of everything." And for us too, I think we always have the luxury of the edit, right? And so I think that's something I've learned as well, that we kind of go out there and do the best we can.
September spirit. You're a born and bred Belizean. You've this is it's as much in your blood as the Belizeans, that are watching the video, and your expression.
Yeah.
To you, from your perspective, from your eye, what is the September spirit to you, and how did you portray that on screen?
Yeah, so I mean, this might just be like the most simple idea to convey, and like you kind of touched on this earlier, and I kind of veered away from it. But what unifies the videos? This sounds kind of silly. I feel like it's people's faces from different cultures, because I think by nature we're just like you said. We're a melting pot. That's a term coined by the U.S., but I think it fits us maybe even better.
Yeah.
But for me, it was just like flags in a sense.
Yeah.
And I think it was just like, we're not overly trying. And I
Yeah.
think that was also there, is that like, look, it's a patriotic song. We don't have to go overboard. And I think one day we just went out and we just bought like every single item that had a flag on it,
Yeah.
like everything from like clips, like sleeves,
That's one of your
Hats.
first. That's one of your first memories. Like
Yeah.
in like kindergarten, September. There's this flag, Belizean flag,
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of flags, and we have the streamers.
Yeah.
So I think, yes, you're right. So that reoccurring imagery connected to all the different cultures that kind of sent out that unifying
Yeah.
spirit. And is there anything film wise, in the horizon that you're thinking of? What's next for?
Feature film, baby. Feature film. The What Less movie is coming your way.
Awesome. Well, Carlo, again, thank you for giving us a glimpse into your brain. We really appreciate it. The videos are amazing. You guys, we're gonna have the links to the videos. If you haven't seen them yet, in the show notes, watch them, share them, like them, and celebrate September with us. We love our country. We love our passion. We love what we do, and we're sharing this with you. Our brothers and sisters. So again, thank you very much.
Thank you, man. Thank you all.
So apparently, we've entered the future. You can now drive basically any real road on Earth from your browser. Hop.earth uses real map data to recreate roads. So yes, you could virtually drive through Belize City without paying for gas, insurance, or dodging somebody overtaking you from the wrong lane. And honestly, I need to know, can I recreate the daily commute from Belize City to Belmont, like potholes and all? Because if so, finally, a driving simulator with better roads than reality. And that's the download, besties. We covered heat waves, crocodiles, conservation in a crown, and AI driving simulations. Belize gave us plenty to talk about. Stay hydrated, respect the wildlife, support Vashti's road to Miss Earth, and keep staying informed. I'm Shania. I'll catch you next week. Download complete.